Here we see Sasquatch coming out of his natural habitat.
So I know it's been a minute. Uh, Turns out that my little shoulder injury was a bit of a bigger deal than I thought. I've been on a 10-pound weight limit for a couple of months now. And
Like 6 to be exact.
as a result of that, we had to make some changes in the way we do stuff around here. And some of those changes involved $600 worth of new equipment. So today, K.D and I are going to show off some of our new toys
Hi.
because it is the time of year where yard work is the bane of everybody's existence. And in the process of trying to get some stuff that dear old Dad could actually use, we stumbled across some pretty cool stuff that kind of requires you to ask the question, are small gasoline engines obsolete? Because I'll tell you right now, I'm leaning really hard towards yes, if you just got to do basic backyard stuff. What are you filming over there?
Nothing, it's filming you, but there's a blackberry in my back.
There's a blackberry in your back. Okay. Well, he really does not like that power head. Now we're gonna kick it over to
Hi.
the newbie. So
Hello.
Katie,
That's me.
as a novice, what are these things both like to run?
Well, in my opinion, like from running them both a couple of minutes ago, I like the Ryobi more because not only is it lighter, it's easier for me to use, it's just easier because it's not as heavy. Now, the Craftsman isn't actually a Craftsman because Craftsmans aren't that big of an issue.
Right?
I can't start it on my own. I can barely run it. It slips like let's get it up close here.
Oh,
It
yeah.
leaks everywhere. And then if your arm is even remotely on this, yeah, see?
Yep. Yeah.
If your arm is
I-
even remotely on it, it leaks.
Now,
and
I
it
don't know
slips.
if that's a problem with this model or just this particular unit. Okay. But overall, I'm not impressed. Now, there is one big bonus to the four-stroke, Katie. You did mention that there's a lot more power.
There is a lot more power, yes, but it is also more difficult for me to use because I can't hold it as long. Where this one, I can hold it as long as I wish, but
I think so far your PB is like a battery and a half.
yeah.
When
But
you were
like,
cleaning up the yard for me a few weeks ago.
with with the Craftsman, it's a lot more difficult for me to use because it also vibrates more, which makes my hands really itchy and whatnot. Oh, pardon me. And then it's just overall not very good because of the amount of gas that it takes, which it literally just spills out, and then it's just very difficult for me to start. If it's not starting when it's primed and then you actually get it started, you have to give it a minute because it smokes like ungodly. And with this one, I just find the Ryobi a lot more easier to use because, as you can see, it's just a simple standard 40-volt battery.
And we've actually got, and if she runs that one dead by the time we're done doing a little trail maintenance up here, I got another one sitting right there.
Yeah, and then it's just, I like the Ryobi more because not only is it smaller, it fits me better. The Craftsman, it's just, I would say that if you're one who's not too big on electric things and wants to go for gas-powered stuff, then go ahead and get it, but that's at your own risk.
And you also got to account for that whole almost $6 for a day's worth of gas for the darn thing. Because that's the other thing too about, and I've had other 4-stroke and 2-stroke gas-powered units over the years. The tank that they come with, you only get about a half hour of work out of it. Whereas that battery goes for an hour. And that's not even the big, with our batteries, we went lightest, not highest capacity. Ryobi sells those 40-volt batteries all the way up to 12 amp hours.
Yeah, and
we just don't have them because Katie's a teenage girl and I'm a old man with a bad shoulder. We got to keep stuff lightweight.
Yeah, and it's not so much that I'm a teenage girl is why I can't run the Craftsman. The Craftsman
is a piece of shit.
Delete button.
Right.
Not only is it a piece of doo-doo, but it's just a lot heavier. Like, in order to start it, you have to hold this down like you would any other thing, and then you have to like
get a good prime on it though, and it will start on the first pull. It does have that going for it.
It does, but when you had to start it for me earlier, it wouldn't start.
Yeah, it has random bouts of stubbornness.
And then it takes a while for it to cool down. Like, this is still hot to the touch.
No crap.
Ugh.
And apparently still covered in oil too.
Yeah, no crap. Hold on.
Yeah, I think the front main seal on it's
sparkly.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised the damn thing hasn't exploded yet. Anyway, turn it right side up before you dump all the gas out of it. That's probably about $2 worth of gas.
The rest of it went into Brutus, as it should.
So,
but no, that is my opinions. But the pros to this, I will say, is it does have more power, but the cons is it doesn't fit me, it's harder to start, it leaks like a sumbitch. Delete button. And the pros and cons of the Ryobi is there's a lot of pros, there's only a couple of cons, like what Dad mentioned. It stops if it gets tangled up. And then it fits me better, it's lighter weight. He can run it on hours and hours on end without feeling hurt.
Now, as somebody who used to help me a lot at my old property maintenance job, if you're somebody who is going to spend hours per day on a weed eater, you probably, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow.
Don't do it.
Gas is probably the way to go for a professional, isn't it?
For a professional, yes, if you are going to spend hours and hours doing a maintenance job, but if you're not and you're just like cleaning up and stuff.
Or you got a little bit of property that you got to look after like we do.
Yeah, just get the Ryobi because trust me, it's also going to save your shoulders and your back.
Yeah, and the other thing too about it is Ryobi, they're not the only outfit out there that makes one of these.
I think Craftsman does.
I think that by now pretty much everybody who makes cordless hand tools makes some kind of cordless garden equipment line. We went with the Ryobi just because that's what I ran when I was still in the trades back before K.D was born, and she's grown up with them because that's what's always in my toolbox. We both love the One Plus line, so we figured why not stick with something where at least we know the quality's good.
Do not try to stick the whole thing in your toolbox, it will break. He means figuratively, not literally.
I'm not sure what she's talking about. But yeah, on that note, hey Katie, why don't you grab the death wheel and knock out that big blackberry bush right there.
And no, we do not hate Craftsman, by the way, because Brutus right here is basically a part of the family. He is the best freaky-deaky tractor you can ever own. He is very trustworthy. Plus, we have a Craftsman lawnmower, don't we, Dad, that we absolutely love.
Yeah, I bought it 3 years ago. Starts easy all the freaking time. Don't burn no oil.
The only
2 years in a row now we've forgotten to put it away, so it's just sat out in the yard all winter.
And it still works.
It's a beast.
And
that thing,
that weed eater we have had for the same amount of time almost, and
it's just a train wreck.
Yeah, it's just it's horrible, honestly. So no, we are not hating on Craftsman. We're literally just pointing out the pros and cons.
So, to go after that patch of blackberries, Katie's got to swap out to the brush wheel. Show them how it's done, kiddo. Grass head off. Brush wheel on. There we are. You're ready to go to work. And then the grass head goes in the tool bin on the tractor. Alrighty, have at it.
This is my wife now, isn't it?
Yes, carry on. No, we're not murdering Papa. Over there.
Go for the knees.
Hey, we're getting low on battery and I want to get this episode done. I'd start from the top and just kind of sweep back and forth, carve your way down. Now, if you go back and watch episode 1 of this season, there is not a lot of difference in the way that wheel is running on that cordless power head than there is on that old Craftsman 2-stroke. I mean, I would almost call the power output similar, if not identical. And if you're questioning the part of that video where I fell a tree on myself by accident.
What?
Hey Katie, see that big nightshade branch? The one with the fork in it? The one that's attached to. Cut it, go up by that fork, by that up.
This one?
The bigger branch.
This one?
Yeah, that looks like a good spot. Cut it off.
Huh?
Cut it off.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Ugh, this is a struggle. I have to cut myself an area.
Well, hurry up, because camera's getting low on battery. Dawned on me that I haven't got around to showing Katie how to cut really thick woody stuff with this wheel yet. That's why that was taking so long.
Bozo.
So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to do this part myself.
That's
There's
not
the
even
error
where.
I was talking about. The blade pinched and bound up on me, and like I said, I kind of happen to think it's a good feature because all you got to do is give it a minute and